What's going on, YouTube? Are any of you out there thinking of starting a garden in 2023? Or maybe you have one and you want some examples of how to add on to it? Well, you found the right video. In the next few minutes, I'm just going to be telling my story year by year of how I started and where I got to today. Overall, I'm a very small backyard gardener, and my message today is you got to start somewhere. But before we get into it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I cover a lot of things, including gardening and anything that happens on my almost acre. So getting right into it, the year was 2019, and yes, I decided to start a garden. I can be a bit impulsive at times, and I believe that I was Mother Day shopping for some flowers, and I saw some starter plants and just picked them up and went. And what you see here is literally my first garden. I didn't have many plans. All of my plants were store-bought, and I really cleared out a natural nook I had in my fence by my house and tilled the dirt and planted them. I ended up with 2 tomato plants, a bell pepper plant, a couple cucumbers, and yes, I managed to kill a watermelon. It was a nice little start for me and something that definitely triggered this to become more of a hobby, but it wasn't my only project that summer. I ended up going full steam ahead my first year gardening and not only started the small one you just saw, but got into hydroponics right away as well. All I really needed was a good friend that had been doing it for a couple years and some scrap wood from a recent home project, and voila, I built this. I definitely noticed right away the efficiencies you could get with hydroponics, and in this 3.5 by 5 foot small garden, I was able to get 42 heads of lettuce, 12 heads of kale, and I grew enough snow peas to have several sides throughout the summer. While I learned a lot from that first ground garden I had, I must say it was so fun to get a full bowl of lettuce anytime I wanted to for my first hydroponic setup. Now, in late 2019, rather than closing my garden down and maybe planning what I wanted to do next year, we actually ended up packing the house and moving. And as we got to experience our first holidays in our new home, the pandemic quickly hit in the new year, and gardening was the last thing on my mind, as I'm sure it was most people's. But even with everything going on in the world, we did eventually get outside in late spring and build a garden box. It was a simple 2 foot by 4 foot, and we planted as much as we could in it, and it was a lot of fun. Here's my oldest daughter and I sowing seeds right into the dirt. It was almost early summer at this point, and it felt like the right thing to do. And the second picture here is of a few weeks after we planted. You can see the carrots starting to come up, the bush beans growing, and we even managed to find a small garden box for some cucumbers. The theme for the year was definitely small but mighty, and it was just fun to get into gardening again in the new house. Flashing forward to 2021, I was officially in my 3rd year of gardening, and I finally had the opportunity to do some more formal planning. And that spring, I was able to build 2 additional garden boxes, making 3 total. I did some more formal planning. I started my plants from seed. And my claim to fame that year was growing 18 stalks of corn in a 2 foot by 3 foot area, and it was almost taller than my gutters on my house. Here's a picture of me standing in it. It was pretty awesome. Again, super small compared to other things you'll see on YouTube, but it's my spot, and 2021 was definitely the year I became hooked. As the year went on, I enjoyed several small harvests throughout the growing season and was quickly looking forward to what I would get into in 2022. So 2022 came, and it marked a couple milestones for me. Not only was I going to expand the garden again, but I was also going to start a YouTube channel and take more video of it as well. I did build a 4th garden box and got to 50 square feet total. And while I'm giving you a quick garden tour in this video, I did make a second video called My Super Small Backyard Garden, and I'll put a link in the description for you. I definitely have a focus on growing vertically, anything I can grow. And I'm amazed still at how much I can cram into a small space. Again, this is just 50 square feet. Ultimately, though, I just wanted to share my story with this video and show a couple examples of very small gardens and how I started small. I would definitely recommend starting a garden and hoping this video inspired you to do so. So what's next? Well, first you can like this video and subscribe to my channel. And next you can click on these videos above to see some more of my content. I'll be definitely growing again in 2023 and cover a variety of things that happen on my almost acre. Thanks for your time today.